Hi friends, welcome to Target Fan People. This episode is called Intros for Evelyn. Today I'm going to do a lit intro for a Congress bill about opposing Trump's anti-regulation thing. There are people out there who say it doesn't matter how we do things, just whether we do things. That it doesn't matter why we do things, just whether we do things. That it doesn't matter whether we solve hunger by feeding the hungry or by killing them. It's all the same. Well, I'm here to tell you something, folks. It does matter. It does make a difference. You haven't solved any problem at all if you've killed all the poor people. And similarly, you haven't solved any problem at all with regulation if you simply remove it without consideration of how that removal will impact the American people. Oh, so it's in favor of Trump.
No, it's basically saying, my case is saying that there's already a government agency that will do what Congress is going to do in this bill. So this legislation is like redundant.
Okay. All right, then we'll say this. Here's lit intro number 2. Friends, pretend this country's a farm and we are people who are producing food for ourselves and our families. Now, we've got a lot of potatoes growing and we've got a lot of corn, but we're a little light on the lettuce and the cabbage. My friends here in this hallowed body of Congress may try to tell you today, let's plant more potatoes. Let's plant more corn. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we have enough corn and potatoes. It's time for us to plant something more useful. Now, those in favor of this bill will tell you it's important that we review the legislation, the regulations, before we remove them from law. Well, I agree. And that's why these agencies already exist. They have the power, they have the duty. Let's assign them the task of fulfilling that duty rather than taking it upon ourselves to resolve a problem that no longer is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you today a query. Is it okay for these morons to waste our time? That's what they're doing. They're saying, let's plant more potatoes, but we've had potato soup every day for the last 365 days. We're going to have it next year as well. We got potatoes coming out of each of our orifices. What we don't have is the common sense, apparently, not to even debate this bill, but to reject it out of hand as redundant, unnecessary, and bad. Okay, there's more than an intro, but you could do that. Okay, what's the next bill?
Oh, California becoming a sanctuary state. I'm negating it.
Okay.
Oh, this case is too long.
Say this.
Why does it sound so like the last part sounds so Republican? I don't think I'm gonna read that part.
Here you go. Here you go with the negative part, okay? The negative side of this, okay? Don't be super Republican. You just go like this. Hi, friends. My name's Congresswoman Evelyn. I did not register for this tournament, and I just showed up this morning and said, I don't care. I'm here to compete. And so when y'all lose to me, don't complain. Well, what do you mean I should have registered? What do you mean I should have paid? Well, I didn't need to register or pay. I'm here, aren't I? Having a congressional debate with you. Well, friends, that's exactly what those in favor of this bill are going to try to tell you is that, hey, look at me. I'm 45 years old. I'm going to win this Congress round for middle school Congress. Well, what difference does it make if I'm 45 years old and didn't register for the tournament and I'm not a middle school student and don't know anything about Congress and feel like doing whatever the hell I want? Why shouldn't I still be able to win this tournament? Well, I tell you why. Because there's a thing. It's got 5 letters. It's called the RULES, the rules. Everybody's got to follow the goddamn rules. That includes me, you. That's why my coach isn't here kicking our ass right now in this event. That's why he isn't up here with his southern accent kicking all our asses. Why? The rules. Otherwise, he would take pure joy in wiping the floor with a bunch of middle school children. It does. That is what we are dealing with here, folks. Do we welcome the illegal immigrants, those who come here against the rules, those who say, I want to compete against the middle school students, even though I'm 45 years old? That's the equivalent here. When I'm talking about analogs, I'm talking about unfairnesses. I'm talking about rule breaking. I'm talking about law breaking. I'm talking about illegality. I'm talking about immorality. I'm talking about vice. I'm talking about sin. I'm talking about absolution. Congress people, I need you to listen to my words. These words that spew forth from my mouth are gold bricks. They are hitting you in the head, knocking you down to the floor. Learn the wisdom that they speak. Let's vote nay on this horrible, horrible bill that encourages vigilantism, lawlessness, and a general disregard for the civic good. There you go, Evelyn. What's the next topic? These are all extremely useful. I want you to write these down when you get home, okay? Or after this, you can watch it. I'm going to post it right now, and you can watch it, and you can write them down. It's got. I think I have auto transcribe on. Maybe it'll subtitle for you. You can download the text. Go ahead, next one. Give me another one. Another bill you need a lit intro for. Tell me another one anyway. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. How lovely is your injustice? That doesn't sound very Christmassy to me. Santa wouldn't approve. For those of you who are thinking about voting for this bill, you are getting nothing but the coal of sorrow in your stocking of conscience. Why? Because this metaphor explains to you how bad an idea it is for us to care about the net worth of an individual when applying the law to that individual. If a bail amount is sufficient for Joe, it's sufficient for Frank if they have committed the same crime. To the extent that we fail to treat each individual equally under the law, then we fail to apply the law at all. Rule of law means equal application of law in equivalent circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, are we legislators or are we anarchists? Are we here to destroy society or to preserve it? Because I am shocked and appalled by the willingness of some of my fellow legislators in this room to vote for such an evil, malignant cancer upon the very system of civic justice that we rely upon as this here bill. Shame on you. Shame on your children. Shame on your children's children. Shame on you and your lineage for all of human history. Let your great, 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 great grandchildren still receive statues of shaming in the parks to remember your name for your failure and your need to be constantly shamed for that failure. So vote with me or be bad. Okay? Just like that, Evelyn. Can you do that? Let me hear you do it.
No.
Okay, well, those are your lit intros. On a scale of 1 to lit, how lit were they? Negative lit? That's so unfair.